There are 19 zombie maps from World at War, Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, but which 5 are the best of them all? Let's take a look. Hi guys, and welcome back to a brand new video, and today we're going to be counting down the top 5 best zombie maps from World at War, Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. Now remember guys, this is only my personal opinion. I'm not asking or expecting you guys to agree with my list, it's just my personal opinion. So regardless, I do hope that you enjoy. And also just quickly guys, I am on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so if you can help me out and hit that subscribe button, it would mean a lot. Anyway, enough of the talk, let's begin. And coming in at the number 5 spot, I've gone for the Rooked from World at War. Now, I think the Rooked is a very underrated map. So, I love the intensity of it. I love the difficulty. I love, the atmosphere. The how the map feels. I just love everything about it. And a lot of things in zombies that we still see today actually, came from the Rooked. So, like the power switch, perks, of course. Rooked was the very first map to contain perks. Traps, the electric traps were first introduced in the Rooked. Getting a teddy bear in the mystery box, characters talking, zombies hitting you through the windows. All these things were all introduced from the Rooked. So we actually have a lot to thank the Rooked for. And like I said, I think it's quite an underrated map. For the time it was released, it was of course the very first DLC map ever. It was only the second ever zombies map, and I think Treyarch did a really good job on this map. Yes, it does have a couple of flaws. I think that the sprinters are quite annoying, but they're not map ruining, and of course it is a little bit glitchy as well with it being World at War. But overall, I think the Rooked is a really enjoyable map, and I think for me personally, the Rooked is one of few maps which I find genuinely difficult. So along with Shangri-La and Bus Depot and maybe Nakatoon Toten from Black Ops 1, I think the Rooked is a really challenging, difficult map, and I think that's what I love about it. So overall, I think the Rooked is really good, interesting, enjoyable map, and you've got to be a good player to get to a decent round on the Rooked. You've got to be a good player. So overall, I think it's a really good map. So it comes in at the number 5 spot. Now moving on to the number 4 spot, I've gone for Buried from Black Ops 2. Now Buried is essentially the complete opposite of the Rooked in terms of like the difficulty and the intensity. So Buried is a very sort of chilled out, relaxed, pretty like steady map where you don't really have to worry about much. If you're not the best zombies player, Buried is it's like a dream come true for you. So you have literally everything you want in Buried to make this, to make your experience, as enjoyable as possible. So you have the introduction of Vulture Raid, which I think is a really good perk. You have, of course, all the buildables. The turbine, the head chopper, the trample steam, the subsurface resonator. All these different buildables which you can use. They're really good fun to use. You've also, of course, got the paralyzer, as you can see. In this clip, I think, in my opinion, the best winged weapon from zombies. Unlimited ammo, you can use it to fling yourself up in the air. Really fun to use. And of course, you got Leroy as well. The big guy who helps you out. You feed him candy, and he'll go around killing zombies for you. He'll move the mystery box. He'll build stuff for you. So it's a really a very relaxing, just chilled out map, I think. And it's very easy as well. Now, some of you might not like that. But if you want a more sort of relaxed session of zombies, then Buried is literally the perfect map for you to play. You've got the bank also, I forgot to mention, so you can get all your money out on round 1 if you want to get yourself set up earlier. You got all the perks. You get, I think, 7 perks in Buried. So if you want to get all of them, have yourself, there's loads of different cool stuff in Buried. A very unique map, and for me, I think it's really enjoyable. So it comes in at the number 4 spot. Now coming in at the number 3 spot, we have Kino Toten from Black Ops 1. Now this is just, this is the map from Black Ops 1. If you're ever in a conversation with someone and they say, or they talk about Black Ops 1 zombies, this map comes into your head, Kino to Toten. You just think of the stage, you think of the thunder gun, you think of, there's everything about this map, it's really, really just, what's the word, iconic, that's the word, it's really iconic. And I just remember when I was younger, coming home from school, just going on the Xbox, loading up Kino, just having hours of fun playing it. It's an absolute, just fantastic map, I think. Only thing I dislike about Kino is the Nova crawlers. I think they're really annoying, but I mean, apart from that, you can't really fault this map, to be honest. Like I said, it's just an iconic, just absolutely fantastic map. So many cool things about it. You've obviously got the stage, which contains probably one of the best training spots in zombies history. You got obviously pretty cool pack-a-punch location. You can shoot grenades out, throw grenades out from the top down at the bottom. You've got hellhounds as well on this map. So there's so many cool things from Kino to Toten, and it's just an all-time classic and favourite. So yeah, it's got to make the list. So it just comes in at the number 3 spot. Now moving on to the number 2 spot, I have gone for Mob of the Dead from Black Ops 2. Now Mob of the Dead is just an absolute masterpiece. I really, really do love this map. There's literally nothing I don't like about it apart from the lightning that flashes. I think that's quite annoying, but seriously, Mob of the Dead is an absolute just masterpiece of a map. So where do we start with it? Well, we have the actual setting of it. So it takes place in Alcatraz prison, which actually a real place, of course, so that's really interesting. You play as one of 4 prisoners, Sal, Finn, Billy and Weasel, of course, each with their own individual backstories. I think they're a really interesting set of characters. Of course, you also have the House Retriever or the House Redeemer, really useful and actually powerful melee, well, not a melee weapon, it's like a throwable. I'm sure you guys know what it is by now, but you can use that to you can throw it at power-ups, it will bring the power-up to you. It's really useful against Brutus, taking him out, and it's just everything about Mob of the Dead I just really enjoy. Speaking of Brutus, I think he's one of the best bosses in zombies. He adds something to the map. He, of course, is the guard. He's not too difficult, he's not too easy. He adds the level of stress to the map. He's really, really interesting and enjoyable boss to face. You also got a wide variety of deadly traps. So the fly trap, you've got the trap on the docks with the tower, where the sniper shoots out the bullets. You have the trap in the cafeteria, the gas trap, acid trap, sorry. So you got lots of different cool traps which you can use. The camouflage on the pack-a-punch weapons, as you can see in this clip, that sort of tiger lightning camo, I'm not sure what exactly it's called, but that's really, really sort of unique and exclusive to Mob of the Dead. It introduced some really cool weapons, so the Uzi, as you can see in this clip, the Tommy gun, the Death Machine, the Blundergat, the AK-47. All these weapons are really, really interesting to use and all exclusive to Mob of the Dead, except the Tommy gun that was brought back into Origins, but the others that I mentioned are all exclusive to this map. And yeah, it's just an absolute wicked map. I really, really do enjoy playing this game, this map, sorry, over and over again. Never really get bored of it. And of course, you've got the Golden Spork as well, one of the best melee weapons out there. So literally, there's nothing wrong with Mob of the Dead except for that lightning, which I mentioned earlier. I do find that quite annoying, especially when you're on the rooftop or on the bridge. But fantastic map, absolutely love it, and it comes in at the number 2 spot. But coming in at number 1 for my personal opinion of the best map of all time, we have Dairies from World at War. Now, Dairies is the only map from World at War which contains Pack-a-Punch, and it also introduced the bow knife as well. And Dairies is an absolute all-time classic. I think, for me personally, I've had the most fun on this map. I never get bored of it. I've had so many hours of just absolute pure joy and just fun playing this map. I think it's absolutely brilliant. It contains loads of cool weapons like the PPSH, the Browning, the MG42, the flamethrower, the ray gun, the Wunderwaffe, whatever it is, it's all in Dairies. Dairies has it all, really. And yeah, it's just an absolute, there's something about it, I don't know what it is, but with World at War, I think all the maps are fantastic for me personally, but Dairies is just simply unmatched. I think, you know, it contains the catwalk, you know, the most iconic camping spot in Zombies history, up, you know, next where the STG is on that sort of platform. Camp up there, it's just such a famous spot, and it's just, yeah, I just think it's just something about it. It's just such an excellent map to play. Yeah, there's not really much more. I'm sure you guys have played Dairies throughout sometimes in your Zombies sort of playing time, but overall I think Dairies is an absolute, it's quite a simple map. Of course, it's one of the early maps in Zombies. It's simple, but it is unmatched. I genuinely think there's not going to be a map ever which is going to be better than Dairies. It's riddled with Easter eggs and, you know, little like secrets and things like that, which, you know, add quite a lot to the zombie storyline. So overall, I do think this is the best map in Zombies history. So it comes in at the #1 spot. Now we do have one map which has made the honourable mentions list, and that goes to Call of the Dead from Black Ops 1. Now Call of the Dead is a really interesting map. I love the atmosphere and the location. You know, you're sort of stranded on this Siberian outpost, you know, isolated from, you know, civilization, and you've got these zombies swarming you from all sides. You know, I do love that side of the map. But there's one thing with Call of the Dead, which I'm sure you guys all know what I'm going to say. There's one thing which really disappoints me, and that is George Romero, the boss. You know, he does not need to be in the map, and he follows you around constantly. I think Treyarch, you know, they sort of did the map really well, but the fact that they've added George, you know, I don't think that they got that side of things correct. But if George Romero wasn't on this map, it would have came in at #5 instead of the Rooked. But I just can't put this map on the top 5 list, you know, with George being in it. So, but saying that, it is a really interesting map. You know, you get the Scavenger, which is a really fantastic weapon. VR11, not so much, but, you know, I still think that it's a really enjoyable map to an extent. You can get the Wunderwaffe from George, to be fair, so he does have that in his corner, as you can see in this clip. Once you kill George, he gives you a free perk and the Wunderwaffe. So that is also a nice feature from Call of the Dead. But overall, I do think that George does kind of ruin it a little bit. Not massively ruin it, but I do think the map would have been a lot better if George didn't follow you around the entire time that he's in the map. So I do think it's fair that I add it onto the honourable mentions list. So thank you for watching this video. Please remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. It of course does always mean a lot. Like I said, I am on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so if you can help me out, it would mean a lot to me. Also, I have made an entire playlist based on different top 5 zombie lists, so if you did enjoy this video, please make sure that you check out my other ones that I've done. And yeah, just thank you again for watching, guys, and I will be back soon with another video. Goodbye.